Welcome to CareerSource Pasco Hernando's training presentation for the Wagner-Pizer program. The title of today's presentation is Job Seeker Registration, Participation, and Job Referral, created December 2019. This presentation is applicable to all frontline staff, case manager staff, counselor staff, staff working with job-seeking individuals. Today's presentation was put together in part from the recent DEO audit review that took place November 2019. Based on the issues found during that review, Region 16 staff must follow the recommendations and immediate corrective action put in place by CareerSource Pasco Hernando in December 2019. The areas of concern include the following: job seeker registration, job order consent to refer, full registration for participation, priority of service notification to veteran registrations. We will talk more in detail about each of those items throughout this presentation. To Pasco Hernando Workforce Board in November 2019 included the review items of Wagner-Pizer. Those items contained 13 issues. 6 of those issues were a result of findings within the administrative policies that were changed May 24, 2019 by the Department of Economic Opportunity. That policy number is 096 and 099. Both policies are available for your review at floridajobs.org, at your local office, or from your supervisor. Of the 13 issues found, 3 were directly from full registrations that were missing on individuals that were provided services during the review period. 1 was from missing documentation or case note that staff did not provide, showing consent from the job seeker to be referred to a job order. 2 were from missing documentation or a case note from staff for permission from the job seeker to be created as a job seeker at employflorida.com. Today's presentation will review only those items of Wagner-Pizer and veteran registrations. Includes the following: full registration is defined in the Administrative Policy 096, revised on May 24, 2019. Staff of Region 16 are encouraged to carefully review that policy to ensure full registration, as it is defined in that policy, is accomplished by staff prior to providing participation and/or job referrals. The review for Wagner-Pizer included a total of 69 records, and again, 13 issues. The first recommendation from DEO to CareerSource Pasco Hernando in November 2019 is the following: Region 16 staff must ensure, when registering individuals at Employ Florida, the job seeker permission is documented. The issue was a job seeker with a staff entered Employ Florida registration that occurred after May 24th, 2019, the date of the revised administrative policy, did not have documentation or case note of permission to create the account in EmployFlorida.com. Moving forward, Region 16 will ensure that documented permission to create the account is provided when staff create registrations for customers at EmployFlorida.com. There are two ways to view the applicable references listed by DEO. The first is the Federal Register. The second is floridajobs.org. In the Policy and Program Resources, for the DEO policy, Administrative Policy 096, with the revision date 5/24/19. Again, these references are available at your local office and or from your supervisor. Another issue found by DEO during their review in November 2019 was that job seekers did not receive a full registration at Employ Florida prior to the first service provided by staff. The recommendation is that Region 16 staff must ensure that a full registration, as it is defined in the revised administrative policy, is completed in Employ Florida prior to the provisions of the first service that initiated that Wagner-Peiser participation. According to the revised policy, staff of Region 16 must ensure that individuals assisted by staff first have a full registration. As outlined in that policy, a full registration includes the following. The customer's account must include a resume, the ONET occupational code, a completed background wizard, and a profile that is no less than a partial registration. Another issue found by DEO during their review for Region 16 was the following. Staff-assisted referrals that occurred after May 24th, 2019, the date of the revised administrative policies, that initiated participation for Wagner-Peiser did not have full registrations completed in Employ Florida for the job seekers. Very similar to the issue I just explained. However, in this issue, we are looking for full registrations on all individuals provided with their first service and or a job referral. LWDB 16, Region 16 staff must ensure any referral that occurred after May 24th, 2019 that initiates participation, hence a staff-assisted job referral, the individual in Employ Florida must have a full registration completed. In addition, staff of Region 16 must ensure, beyond the full registration, that the individual meets the minimum qualifications of the job order, and that the items that indicate to staff that that individual meets the job order requirements is indicated in the Employ Florida registration, background wizard, and resume of that individual. Beyond registration, the issue with veteran records also occurred during the DEO audit review in November of 2019 for Region 16. Those issues are listed as the following. A participant identified as veteran on the online application did not receive staff-assisted service at registration. LWDB staff must ensure that staff-assisted services are provided to veterans upon their registration. Veteran criteria for a registration can be found in the personal profile and/or online application of the individual and/or at the time of full registration update by staff of Region 16, providing assistance to that individual. Staff must ensure that veteran records in EmployFlorida.com that do not display an activity history including a 089 for that current Wagner-Peiser participation then contains a staff-assisted priority of service, code 189. In addition, Region 16 staff must ensure that veterans receive the staff-assisted priority of service, or code 189, for each new application or participation created, again, after the date of May 24, 2019, according to the revised administrative policy 096. Must ensure veterans received a staff-assisted service, and if the military separation has occurred, that those dates are recorded in Employ Florida. Upon review of DEO's exit summary, the Wagner-Peiser program provided a response and corrective action items to DEO. That response included the following. Region 16 will develop a new standard operating procedure that aligns with the administrative policies revised May 24, 2019. Region 16 staff will ensure going forward that all job seeker permissions are documented in Employ Florida as required. Region 16 staff will ensure going forward that all job seekers' first service or participation is documented in Employ Florida as full registrations. Region 16 staff will ensure moving forward that all veteran registrations are provided a service upon registration and are provided priority of service notification when required. The newly developed standard operating procedure is available at your local office and/or from your supervisor. Training on this standard operating procedure and the revised administrative policies will be provided within 30 days from the DEO's review. Please ensure to email your supervisor once you have completed this presentation. Staff acknowledgement of these issues and recommendations is required by Region 16. Ongoing peer-to-peer or internal monitoring will occur according to these revised policies and new standard operating procedures. The reference tool available to staff for peer-to-peer monitoring is available at your local office or from your supervisor. As of December 2019, the monitoring tool to be used for peer-to-peer monitoring is the Wagner-Peiser monitoring tool from DEO for Job Seeker Program Year 1920. This tool includes the line items that are applicable to the administrative policies that were revised May 24, 2019, including the items of job seeker registration and documented permissions, full registration requirements, and other. From DEO, revised May 24, 2019, pay careful attention to the following. Job seekers enrolled as participants in Wagner-Peiser, or Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, WIOA, must have a full registration in Employ Florida prior to receiving any service. Individuals enrolled into the program that are missing a resume may not be full registration. If the job seeker is not already registered, Career Center staff must ensure they have obtained the job seeker's permission prior to creating a new registration. If the job seeker did not self-service their registration, if staff created the individual, staff must ensure that documented permission to create that account is provided. A case note must be included on the job seeker's account stating the job seeker granted staff permission to create that account. While reviewing Administrative Policy 096, revised May 24, 2019, pay careful attention to the following. Veterans enrolled into the Wagner-Pizer program or receiving services from staff must receive the priority of service at the point of entry. This policy defines the points of entry as the following. Visits at the physical locations or career centers, visits to the websites, and/or other points of virtual service deliveries. Upon registration at Employ Florida, or at the initial point of contact with staff, Region 16 must notify veterans or other covered persons of their priority of service. The notification of priority of service must be documented on the Veterans Activity Service Plan. That's a code 189 and/or 089. Again, for each Wagner-Pizer participation. Furthermore, priority of service must be provided to a veteran at least once per application. Staff must verbally provide priority of service, case note the provision, and record the service code on that application for Wagner-Pizer. Staff may verbally notify individuals of priority of service, but staff may not use handouts to deliver the service. While reviewing Administrative Policy 096, revised May 24, 2019, pay careful attention to the following. Prior to referring a job seeker to a job opening, Region 16 staff must ensure the job seeker's qualifications in their Employ Florida account do match the minimum qualifications. Again, this was an issue found during the review 2019 in November. Staff must also ensure the job seeker has completed a full registration at Employ Florida. Full registration is defined within the policy, and full registration must be made available in the job seeker account prior to the job referral being made. At no time should staff provide a job referral to a job seeker who has not completed a full registration and/or does not meet the minimum qualifications of the job order. Additionally, staff must obtain the consent of the job seeker prior to making any job referral. Region 16 staff should review the standard operating procedure for job seeker registration participation in job referral. This procedure was created December of 2019 and is available at your local office or from your supervisor. This standard operating procedure includes a checklist. The checklist outlines the specific areas that require emphasis found while reviewing the Administrative Policy 096 and Administrative Policy 099 that were both revised by DEO May 24, 2019. As previously discussed in this training presentation, staff of Region 16 must take immediate action in resolving the issues found by DEO during their review November 2019. Staff may need to be referred to update full registration, participation, and job referral can be found online at employflorida.com. Click Staff Online Resources, click Staff VOS Virtual One-Stop User Guide. The sections applicable to this training presentation include the following: Section 3, Section 5, Section 18, Section 20. Section 1 is applicable to job seeker registration and staff created accounts. The immediate action required steps include the following: complete and review each individual's full registration at the time of service provided. Provide priority of service notification for veterans provided services at time of registration, and include military separation dates for those records. Case note permission to create accounts that are registered by staff for job seekers. Case note consent to job referral. When staff-assisted referrals are provided to individuals. And case note that full registration was available at the time of first service or participation and at the time of job referral. Customer I speak to need to have an account with employflorida.com? The answer is if the individual is being assisted by Region 16 staff and that individual is seeking employment, yes. Does the Employ Florida account for the job seeker need to be created by staff? The answer, Region 16 staff should refer to the best practice of self-service registration. Individuals seeking employment should be strongly encouraged to register at employflorida.com by clicking Not Registered, Learn How Now. That link will walk them through a 18 to 25 minute process of registering their own account at employflorida.com, where the individual will be responsible to update their social security number, their name, address, and all elements of a partial registration. Staff can assist after that registration occurs to update the individual to full registration, participation, and provide job referrals. However, if staff see it fit or necessary to register the individual, they can use the link at employflorida.com, Create Individual, that's located underneath Assist Individual. If that process occurs, refer to the standard operating procedure and the administrative policies outlined today to ensure not only full registration exists, but there is a permission case note that indicates or documents that you had that job seeker's permission to create that account. Another question we've heard along the way is, can staff create participation or issue a job referral if the customer's Employ Florida account is missing a resume? The short answer is no. Please refer to the administrative policy and the standard operating procedure to read in detail the definition of full registration. That definition includes a resume. Can staff issue a job referral to a customer that has not yet given their consent for that job referral? The answer is no. According to the administrative policy revised May 24, 2019, staff must obtain permission from the job seeker to complete a staff-assisted job referral. staff, similar to a desk aid. This checklist will help staff ensure that while updating customers at Employ Florida, providing services to customers at Employ Florida, creating users at Employ Florida, they will have a checklist of items that need to be completed upon participation and/or job referral. That standard operating procedure also includes the following case notes. Case note templates are a usable tool from staff of Region 16. Keep in mind, case note templates can and should be altered based on the actual items that occurred during the contact with the individual. The templates included in the standard operating procedure demonstrate to staff that a case note is required, displaying job referral consent, full registration, and permission to create. The Wagner-Peiser team of Region 16 appreciates your commitment to excellence. We will continue our plan for continuous improvement, focusing on training, policy, and procedure. Remember to contact your supervisor with your understanding and acknowledgement of this training presentation, administrative policy, and standard operating procedure. Also remember to update your continuing education credit hours for up to 1 hour for this presentation. If you have any questions concerning this presentation or the material learned while reading the administrative policies and standard operating procedures, please contact your supervisor.